It's been a very good week for Minecraft news. We have more information about Minecraft Live happening on October 15th and confirmation of a new mob vote that is happening this year as well. The Vanilla Cape is rolling out to new people every single day, and we have more information about that too. The newest Bedrock Edition update, 1.19.30, is likely to be releasing soon, and we also have new betas for Bedrock Edition 2. Overall, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but first of all, Minecon Live, the most important event of the year, is going to be happening on October 15th at noon Eastern time, and of course they released another amazing trailer for it. I'd highly recommend you go watch it. It's really, really good as always. So the mob vote this year is going to be taking place starting on October 14th at noon Eastern time. So it's going to be happening before Minecon. You'll have 24 hours to cast your vote. You can cast your vote in the Minecraft Bedrock server, and the Java Edition launcher, or on the Minecraft.net website. And you can change your vote as much as you want, but once it's over, it's done. You can't change it, and then they'll be announcing the winner during Minecon Live on the 15th. So I assume we're going to be getting some teaser videos of the new mobs in the coming days leading up to Minecon. There's probably going to be 4 new mobs because that's usually how they do this. Now is the time to speculate on what you think we're going to get. There's so many options. They're probably going to surprise us with something brand new, or maybe introduce something from Dungeons, or Minecraft Earth, or Minecraft Legends. They like to take things from the other Minecraft games and put it in the real Minecraft game. If you have any conspiracy theories about what mobs they might suggest for the vote, or what you want to see, let us know in the comments. We also have more information about the Vanilla Cape. If you're not aware, Mojang is giving out a new cape to everyone who owned Bedrock and Java Edition on the same Microsoft account before June 6, 2022. There was a lot of confusion and questions about this, so Mojang put out a new Q&A article about this on Minecraft.net. So you should be getting the cape if you owned both Bedrock and Java before June 6 on the same account. However, it takes a couple of weeks, and I think the final day that they'll all be delivered is September 14th, if I am reading this all correctly. So stay tuned, there might be a few more days. If you're eligible to get this cape, you'll be getting it on Bedrock Edition and on Java Edition, so you can use it on both and flex on everybody, which is fantastic. Now, you can see the actual cape in-game and on the Bedrock menu right here. It looks pretty fine. I've heard a lot of criticism about the looks of this cape. A lot of people think it's ugly, and maybe it's not like the best cape ever, but it's still pretty cool, and you know you're gonna wear it. The newest Bedrock beta also released this week, 1.19.40.20, and because it switched to 0.40, that means the 1.19.30 update is going to be releasing in the next couple of days, probably next week, and that is fantastic. That update is going to have a whole bunch of bug fixes and other mild tweaks and changes, and that also means that we have a new beta with a ton of new bug fixes in it, so let's hop into it. The biggest change in this beta is that mobs will no longer spawn in the ancient cities. You may have seen this everywhere. You got skeletons, zombies, creepers, spiders, slimes, all of those shenanigans spawning in the ancient cities, but that will no longer happen. That bug has finally been fixed. Now keep in mind, they can still spawn on the edges of ancient cities, or they can spawn in caves above the ancient city and then fall down in here. So you might still see a couple of them here or there, but for the most part, they should never spawn within the bounding blocks of an ancient city ever again. So this is basically a tiny little mushroom island. If you clear out all of the wardens and the shriekers, you could have a nice little peaceful base here. You might want to like maybe redecorate though. It's kind of spooky. Mobs will still spawn all over the actual deep dark biome, however, so as you can see, we got a bunch of stuff, and I actually saw mobs spawning like literally right inside of here. So the deep dark biome is still unsafe as it should be, and of course you can still get shriekers over here and summon yourself a warden inside of the deep dark. However, the ancient cities, those are now just for you and just for the warden. Have fun with that. I'll also mention here that the mobs can't actually activate a Skulk Shrieker, only the player can activate a Skulk Shrieker. So none of these guys are going to summon you a warden or anything like that. We've also had some major overhauls to the mobile controls for Bedrock Edition, which is fantastic. I know all of you guys who play on mobile who've been wanting some serious reform to the mobile controls, and it looks like you got it. I don't really know what most of this stuff means because I've never actually played on mobile myself, but I know it's very good changes. Let me know your feedback about about this and let me know what you think about it in the comments. I am curious to see what you guys got to say. Mojang has made a couple more refinements to spectator mode. So now if you die in spectator mode, you won't drop any of your experience. Previously, you drop your experience everywhere, and your experience also won't get reset either. And now if you are inside of a lava cauldron, you won't catch on fire if you're in spectator mode, and there won't be any flames above you either. So a couple more tiny refinements to spectator mode. I still think that spectator mode is very, very close to completion because of all these tiny refinements, and hopefully we'll see it in 1.20, if not even before then. Honestly, I think we can handle a slightly buggy release of spectator mode because we need to be able to find cool things in our Minecraft worlds. Like this. Gimme Mojang. I need spectator mode. Where's it at? There was a change to renamed items, so if you kill a player or get killed by a player using a renamed item, it's gonna send a death message like this. Silent Whisperer was killed by Steve using your item name. Now, this doesn't work for mobs, so I gave a zombie a renamed item, and as you can see, it doesn't tell you the actual name of that item on the death screen or in the death message. So it doesn't work for mobs, it only works for player kills, and I'm in single player, so I can't really demonstrate it. A pretty old bug that a surprising amount of people notice is that the dark oak forest, the savannas, and the birch forest all had the wrong color of grass. Previously, this color grass was way lighter than it should, and now, as you can see, it is a pretty dark color because, of course, grass changes depending on what biome you're in. So you can see some comparison screenshots of the befores and afters of what it should be, and as you can see, it's a pretty substantial difference. A huge win for anyone who wants to do anything using fungus is that they will no longer delete any form of a partial block. Previously, you could grow through this and it would just delete all of that. But as you can see, now it has some even weirder behavior where it just like skips over it. You would think that it would just like not grow, but whatever. It no longer deletes any of these blocks. As you can see, it just has encased it. And this is fantastic. Previously, you could grief people by growing this through their houses, and it was super difficult to build a farm for because it would delete moving blocks and delete pistons and redstone. It was a total mess, but now it has been fixed. Hurrah! Mojang has fixed a weird redstone bug having to do with wrong signal strengths, which is a great thing. I don't think you would probably notice this bug unless you're really paying attention for it, so it probably doesn't affect you directly, but any redstone bug ever affects a massive amount of redstone contraptions. So it's very good to see that Mojang is tackling these niche and edge cases when it comes to redstone. There's been a fix to sticky pistons as well. This bug affected sticky pistons at the very top of the world and at the very bottom of the world as well, and basically sticky pistons would not retract their block. So as you can see, these ones actually extend and then they pull the blocks back as you would expect. Nothing abnormal here whatsoever. Perfectly normal behavior. However, this has been broken for like literally years, so very good that it's fixed. The cutest possible thing in Minecraft has been fixed. So if you're not aware, iron golems can actually hold a poppy in their hand and then try to give it to the baby villagers in a village. It's a pretty rare thing, and you'll probably only see it if you have an open village like this one or you wander into a natural village, but then the baby villagers will actually go up to the iron golem and take the poppy from them. It is definitely the cutest thing in Minecraft, and you can't argue with me. That's not an argument you're gonna win. They fixed the bug where guardians could float mid-air after going up a bubble column, and of course this was a really fun bug. However, it also severely affected guardian farms of all different types, and it was pretty annoying, so I am glad that this one is finally fixed. Now, there is another issue that I'm not sure they're aware of. Guardians essentially have infinite bounce on a slime block, so these guys will always bounce up to the same exact height. There's also a couple other betas from a little while ago that I didn't cover because they're really small, but we have time in today's video, so let's just knock out a couple of these interesting features. So the first one is 1.19.30.23, and there's only a couple of things of note in this beta. First of all, banners will now generate properly in structures all across the Minecraft world. This includes on pillager outposts as well. In a previous beta, the banners were replaced with cobblestone walls for some reason, but that is no longer the case. A very good change in this beta is that the teleport range for Endermen has actually been reduced. So previously, they could teleport far enough that they would actually despawn if you were on a simulation distance of 4. So they would teleport, you know, more than 48 blocks away. Now their teleport range is a 32 by 32 by 32 area, which means that they can teleport 16 16 blocks in any direction, basically. This might affect some Enderman farms. I'm not actually sure. I'll have to check, but keep your eyes peeled. There may be some changes necessary to your Enderman farms. And just a few more small updates from Beta 119.30.22. In the previous updates, the oak and mangrove fences were immune to fire damage and they could not be burned, but that is very much not the case anymore. These things will light up way faster than you might expect. If you want to build something that can't burn down, you should use the crimson or the warped fences. These guys can't catch on fire and they can't burn down, which I think is intentional because they're from the nether. There's been a fantastic change to stews and potions. Whenever you use a potion, the bottle will actually stay in the same slot as you drank from. Same goes for the stews and the other types of stews, like rabbit stew and suspicious stew. So the bowls will actually stay in the same location. Previously, they would get moved to the first slot of the hotbar they would fit in, or into the upper inventory. This did allow all of your empty bottles and bowls to stack together in one place. However, it was also kind of confusing because you'd be like, oh, where'd my bottle go? I need to refill that. So now it is standardized, and this is a parity feature for Bedrock Edition and Java. Now they're both the same. There's been a change to gas fireballs. They are no longer allowed to travel through a nether portal, because when they did, they would get transported to the nether or to the overworld, and then they would get stuck like in the corner. You just see like a little frozen fireball stuck right there, and then if you touched it, it would explode, and it was kind of an issue. And this still happens with snowballs, fireworks, ender pearls, and a bunch of other things. Basically, if you can throw it through a portal, it can get stuck in a weird little animation there. Gas do not want to shoot through nether portals either. As you can see, this guy's shooting at me all he wants, and then if I stand over here, he's not going to shoot at me at all. If I stand on the other side of this nether portal, then he'll actually begin firing at me again. So they changed the gas behavior in that way as well. So you can kind of protect yourself from gas just by standing on the other side of a nether portal now, which is super good to know, actually. More great news for mobile players. The Minecraft music is now included when you download Minecraft from the App Store or whatever. So if you download Minecraft nowadays, it's going to include all the Minecraft music and the music discs. Before, it was too large of a file size, so they separated it, and you would have to actually download the music separately from the Minecraft marketplace. Going into Minecon, we're going to be getting a lot more time-sensitive news, like the mob vote announcements and all that good stuff. So do you guys want to see shorts for that kind of updates, or do you want to see shorter videos? I'm not really sure which one to do, but there's going to be a lot of news releasing in the next couple of weeks, in the next month leading up to Minecon. So let me know what you want to see, and thank you so much for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed, then of course consider dropping a like, as it helps out the video on the channel a ton. If you're new here, then maybe consider subscribing, and otherwise I'll see you guys down in the comment section and in the next one. And then there was silence.